Yeah. Welcome to West with new comic reviews and CBSI's cover fire.
Why is there a serious echo going on?
I don't hear no echo. Hello. I don't hear echo.
Okay, now it's fine.
All right. Well, yeah, Ben. So you think we would have done this backstage, right? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, man. Thank you for joining us, man. As we do, you already know, man. We covered fire from CBSI from my man Mike Morello. At the same time, after that, we do our little comic book reviews. We pick a couple books, and then we review them. Throughout the week. So real quick, man. Let me see a couple people in the chat there, man. Shout out to my man BLC. He was here first. Meow meow. Johnny Dakota from Canada, man. Listen, man. If you're in Canada, you're Canadian, and you need your books pressed, holla at your boy Johnny Dakota, man. By IG, Johnny Dakota, guys. All right, man's from Canada, but like Josh said, he should get a Canadian last name.
Yeah.
Nick Grav is in the building, man. What's up, Nick? What's going on, man? So yeah, that's what we got here so far, man. In the chat, we just let the people settle in, man. But what we do that, man. Let me give a couple shout outs of our people who sponsors, man. The show, man. Friends of the show. All right. So first off, we have Jose Gonzalez, man. Shout out to Jose Gonzalez, man. With Spidey's powder tumblers, man. Hit him up on IG. Spidey's _powder_ tumblers, guys. Get your custom made powder coated stainless steel tumblers, man. Not only do you get that, man, you get some nice coasters, you get some nice knives, you get some goodies, man. You get some nice wallets, all that stuff, man. Yeah, so shout out to Jose Gonzalez, man. Great guy, man. Hit him up, and his YouTube channel. Yes, he does YouTube too, man. He shows you his work, and he does his little stainless steel stuff, and he also has his little haul videos. So definitely sub him up. All right, guys. Next up, we have here's gonna be our brother, man, from East Meets West here, Erod 212, guys. Hit up Erod, man, for your comic book service, pressing services. Here with Express CBP on IG, and an email is going to be expresscvp@yahoo.com, guys. He submits to CBCS and CGC. But with 3 CGC submissions, you can use his 15% discount, guys. So that's 15%, with your CGC submission, and 10% with the EmW 10 code, guys. All right. So there you go. Last that we have here is going to be Skeleton Comics. Shout out to Angie at Skeleton Comics. All right, man. We finally got a one-time code, guys. Remember that. It's going to be EmW 10, guys. Here you can get your back issues, whatever you missed on New Comic Book Day. You can get comic book supplies, action figures, Funkos. It's great service. The package, good. They ship well, So yeah, shout out to Angie and Skeleton Comics on .com. But you can go. There's a one-time code EmW 10, but they also have Thoro 10, and you also have the New York Warriors code. So you can use them each individually. You cannot use them at one time, guys. All right, man. And again, man, shout out to my man over here, Jason Brodnick, guys. He is the promoter of the Old School Comic Show with Little Giant Comics, man. Here is Saturday, April 24th, in the Ever Arena, Concord, New Hampshire, man. Guys, man, we will be there, man. Me and Josh is gonna be there. I know Broski will be there too if he was in the East Coast. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. Definitely it's gonna be there. You got some guys from Pressable Defects, 3 Men in the Basement. We got Warriors, New York Warriors, Biggs, Manny coming through. So Erod's gonna be there. It's pretty dope. So we're gonna have a good time, man.
Sounds like fun, guys.
Yes. So yeah, man, that's what we have here, man. Over here, but first off, man, guys, if y'all know what we do here, man, we do cover fire, man, for Mike Morello over here with CBSI, guys. So shout out to Mike Morello at CBSI, guys. Check out comicbookinvest.com. Great guys over there at CBSI. Dope articles. Not only do they do covers, they do spec stuff. Books that are on the rise, books to look out for. They cover international comic books. Like, dude, they got it covered basically when it comes to the comic book world. All right. So shout out to comicbookinvest.com. All right. And let me get this.
I can't win shit in auctions anymore, man.
Where you was at? Common Link?
No.
Oh, okay. eBay.
It doesn't matter. I just can't win anymore.
Oh my god! All right, so we are going to start on Cover Fire, guys. Cover Fire here, like I said, is going to be Cover Fire new comic book day covers that my man Mike Morello picks, and they're not incentives and they're not racial covers here, man. It's just straight up or A, B, or C and D covers, cover price covers. So these are covers that are he thinks are real, that are dope. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be the judge of that, man. Because I saw this list and I tend to agree with this one here, Mike. I wasn't feeling the man thing variants, but this one here I like better. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So we're gonna start off for Cover Fire, man. First book he has. First off is the winner, right? We have the first winner is going to be it's called Dracula, man. And dude, for being a cover price cover, Cult of Dracula cover is to me it is the winner of the week.
That one right there. Usually Shannon Mir, they're like $15 to $20 books when they come out because a lot of them are store exclusives. For this one being an actual release date B cover, that's that is a hit. I know that I don't think Shannon Mir does any regular covers for anything that I know, but Source was a Source Point Press. We're gonna get more into this book, the interior of it. And we're gonna tell you more, but dope ass cover. I only found one in my shop today. I didn't go yesterday, so I missed out, but I was able to find one of these on the LCS, and I do have two on FOC that had issues because this book actually was a pushback for a couple weeks for the FOC, but a dope ass pick, crazy dope ass cover.
Yeah, I mean, I get my pull list through Josh, and Josh has my books right now. So I tend to agree with Broski. This is a dope ass cover. Shannon Mir did an amazing job with this one. A cover's pretty badass too, though. So what you think, Josh?
Okay, so I heard Big say it the other night. I love Shannon Mayer, Connecticut, by the way. Shannon Mayer. All Shannon Mayer stuff looks exactly the same, though. I mean, right down to the colors. I mean, when I see this cover, dope. Tell me that doesn't look like that Venom 27 cover, or I forget what it is. It's like the exact same thing. The Harley
snake.
It didn't have a snake, but it's almost the identical colors. Again, it's dope, but like I want to see these guys and ladies who do the same thing over and over and over again. Just try to change up your style a little bit. Like I saw, who said it? Was it Jen Bartel or one? Some lady I saw on Instagram said that she had just gone to some school to like help like switch up her her style. Yeah. And actually watch FOC tomorrow because there's a cover on tomorrow's FOC list from an artist that does the same thing over and over again. And it's finally good to see this person do something different. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, Josh.
But nonetheless, man, this is this week's winner on Cover Fire. And I agree with my man Mike Morello. There's a beautiful cover from Cult of Dracula. Guys, at the same time, his list is not an incentive ratio list. It's just straight up AB covers, guys. All right. So he's trying to get the best for your buck. All right. So dope cover here, regardless. All right. So what we got some runner-ups, man, after that, man. Just a couple of runner-ups, man. And we have here is The Witcher Fading Memories, issue number 4. And this is a cover by Evan Kegel. I've never heard of Evan Kegel. Kegels. But this freaking cover is dope. It looks like a freaking painting that belongs in a fucking museum. Am I bugging or what, bro? What you think, Josh?
It's okay. I mean, I love The Witcher. I mean, the art style in Witcher is a little bit different than obviously what you see on kind of normal comic covers, but I think it fits like the world of The Witcher pretty good.
Yeah.
It's nothing great, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know who Evan Kegel is either. I've never heard of him.
Me neither. But it has that like old school, like I don't know, Revolutionary War art type shit.
It's supposed to kind of like resemble like a painting.
Yeah.
Like if you've either read the books or watched the show or played any of the games, this would fit in well into that kind of time period, so to speak.
I got you, bro.
The art's okay. It's nothing crazy. It does stand out a little bit, but I'm not feeling it myself. I probably would pass if I saw it. I'm sorry, but I'm not digging it that much. That's just me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, and I'm not with you, broski, because I wouldn't pick it up because I'm not reading it. You know what I mean? But it is a nice cover. You know what I mean? So I give it that. So yeah, man, we're gonna pass up to the next runner-up, and the next runner-up is going to be Silk number 1, guys. So number 1, man, and this is one of the leads, man, not in Huck Lee, but this is gonna be Jay Young Lee, guys. Jay Young Lee here, dope cover. There is a virgin cover of this. Not sure if Broski, I think it was in ratio. I'm not sure what ratio, but there is.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head what issue 150, 1 and 100. He had a lot of copies of this at his LCS, but it was going for, I think, about $50 to $60 if I can recall. But dope cover. Like I said, stay tuned. We're going to be doing another read up on this. So yeah, no, this was a good cover. There's a lot out there for this one. But dope.
I would have put this as cover of the week over that Shannon Mayer Cult of Dracula. The problem with Silk, though, and I love Silk, nobody reads it. You know, like, would you say, Gomez, that your store ordered a lot of copies of this?
Yeah,
that's kind of risky. And the thing is Silk, like, a lot of the covers for her books are dope fucking covers. Like, dope fucking covers. And they just never seem to
do anything.
Yeah.
But yo, just to touch on the cover, man, it's a badass cover. I like how it has that smoky effect, that gray. The colors are amazing in this cover. So it is badass, Josh. I really agree with you. But you know, this is a run-up. You know what I mean? So run-ups are just as good as the winners. You know what I mean? So dope pick there for a cover C, guys. For a cover C, that's pretty dope. You know. So next up is we have stiff competitions. I think it's 2 more books, guys, that Mike Morello has, and I think the first runner up is going to be a Spawn book. And here you go. We got Spawn issue 316. Cover done by Bjorn Barons. All right. So this cover right here, out of the Spawn books, man, you got a dope ass A cover with Matina, and you got a dope ass McFarlane and Caputo cover. As a B cover, yo, but this one right here knocks them out the box to me, in my opinion. I love this. This is dope, badass action. This is what Spawn is. Josh, what do you think?
It's fucking dope. Yo, it's like there's been like one Spawn cover every issue, probably since just off the top of my head, like I'm talking like since 300, probably. Like for some reason, 300 is like a, I don't know,
milestone.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a milestone, but there's kind of like this like big line that comes down on Spawn for like everything before 300 and everything after it. And like I'd say probably since like issue like 307, like there's been like one cover at least that's just been like super sick, and this is the one for this issue.
Yes.
Shit, Spawn 306 had that gunslinger one that's about 150 to 120. Then they had that, even the same issue, they had the was it like a virgin cover that goes for like 75 to $80.
What? 306 goes for $150?
That's the gunslinger one.
Oh, you talking about the face one?
Yes,
like the headshot, gunslinger one. Okay,
yeah, that was like a D cover. There's a few covers, so he did. You know, I'm with Josh. They've been every issue's been killing it with the Spawn, but I pick up all of them, even the sketch. Yeah, even the sketch. I pick up all of them myself from I think from that on, from 306 307 on. I've been picking up every single issue A, B, and C for my PC because I'm a Spawn guy. If you guys know already. So this is dope. This is something that Josh says. Like to see something different in artists, and think, you know, sometimes these artists can switch up their art, and that's a dope ass color.
I've been picking up every Spawn issue, and I'm not a Spawn guy at all.
Yeah, that's basically that's cover by basically, right?
Dope. One day I think I do want to read it. And again, tune in FOC tomorrow because one of the covers is in my mind like super sick, and it reminds me of something from a video game. Go ahead.
Dope, man. This one right here should have been at a runner-up to me. You know what I mean? Or maybe even the cover of the week. My opinion. But we got next on, and the last book is gonna be XMen, issue number 19, the Women's History Month variant, cover done by Jen Bartel. And yo, if you've been watching ECB West, I've always been talking about Jen Bartel and her Women's History Month. I've been digging all of them. Jen Bartel's that's a dope artist, cover artist. I'm digging this one. There's a Silk that she did, I think was for Unknown exclusive, Unknown Comics exclusive. The Silk number 1 was dope on that one. I got that one recently. I just got my tracking number today, so it's shipping. So stay tuned for that one. But this one right here is a nice cover right here, man.
These Jim Bartels, there'll be something there down the line. I think so. I think she's a great artist. These are art that are like different colors. She goes through different colors of the books. Each comic, you got the Ghost Rider, you got this one, you got She-Hulk. It's just this one she killed it because of the white background. I think it's just dope. These ones,
I agree.
Reminds me of the Adam Hughes Fierce we were talking about last week. About was it the cover tunes? Mm-hmm. And this reminds me a little bit of it when I see the Adam Hughes one or the Fierce one. This Jen Bartel, she killed it with the white.
And Josh, what do you think, bro?
Nope, don't like it.
Me biased.
I'm not feeling the powdered sugar look here. I like
it. It's all good, but I give you that, man. If you look at the corner boxes, the corner art, though, the headshots of those characters, dope art too, man.
I like the headshot better than the actual cover.
Yeah, but yeah, dope pick there, man. So that was a good stiff competition there for that one, and that was our last book for. But
you know what I like? How it says in the corner, how it'll say. I think on each one it says it too, like established and like the year that they actually came out.
Oh yeah, yep, yeah. Supposedly Jen Bartel, she's been doing these Women History Month, and she's basing like the fashion of the time of these characters when they came out. So yeah. So yeah, man, we're gonna move on to let's see. Damn.
Apparently, it was popular for people who were powdered.
We also got new people in the chat too.
At some point.
Yeah, give him a shout out, bro. While I do this, man. While I said everything.
Yeah, we got Peanut R Man, Josh's favorite, William Medina, Square Circle Comics, Dapia's Family United, Unlimited Comics. He's from the Bay as well. Sith Lordly's from LA, and they've been doing Sith Lordly and Spine Tees. They've been doing a lot of stuff too. A lot of cards and a lot of reviews on Indie too as well. They do their own Indie split, which is pretty cool because they do actually do the same. They read and they do that. We got Charm City Comics. And we got Comics Are Great, Astral Wizard. I appreciate all these people. Michael Benevitano. Appreciate him. Mac B1, the Martian Comic Hunter. I appreciate all these people stopping by just to hear us talk about comics and liking what we share. And home of the big New York Warriors, which he did a super chat a little bit ago. If you see that, he's right on that. He's always hitting me.
He said, "Yo, where's James?"
73, and Josh's favorite brother, Nick Grav. So yeah, he's in the house. Listen,
hit him up with a little super chat video, man. Let Broski say,
what is this?
It's Kazizu.
Yo,
no. Man, that turned out even better than I hoped.
Kazizu.
Yo, the CA is for cover artists,
but yeah.
We also got some more Musk-cooking people too as well. We got Flash by Night, Fat Geezes, and Uncanny Swag.
Yo, speaking of Fat Jesus, I was trying to figure out the other day what the first appearance of Jesus was in comics because I was trying to get that.
Are you serious?
Get up.
There was like those religious comic books back in the day, though.
I know there was religious comic books, but like, what was his actual first appearance in a comic book?
It was a graphic novel Bible, maybe. I don't know. I'm messing with you. I don't know. But that's a good question. That's a good question, man. So yeah, man. So yeah, what we got here, guys, man. You already know, man. Here we're doing our our reviews of the week, guys. Over here, East Meets West, and we picked 5 books, guys. We picked 5 books, and Silk number 1. We'll talk about in a few. Shadecraft number 1. We've been talking about 2 on the FOCs. Called the Dracula. Me and Broski been talking about FOCs. 2 Moon has been hot. 2 with Image, and then we got Batman and Catwoman. With Tom King, not everybody's favorite Batman writer, but to me, he's been doing good on that one. So, we'll talk a little bit about that, man. And the first book I want to talk about, it's going to be the first book. I think it's going to be 2 Moons, if I'm not mistaken. 2 Moons, issue number 2. It looks like I think I was the only one who read this book, which is fine. Dude, I'm first off, the cover is dope. I'm digging the cover. Got that Michael Jackson feel to that beat cover. The story is done by John Arcudi. The art by Valerio Giordano. There you go, and Dave Stewart basically doing the art in there. And yeah, man. So basically, what this was, if you have been reading Two Moons, is a continuation from the last issue where it left off. That my man, what's his name, Virgil, the main character, who's a Native American that's fighting for the North in Civil War, and he basically killed one of his guys, one of his soldiers, his friendly fire. Well, not really because on purpose, but you know what I mean. But he killed them because he assumes that he turned into a monster or a ghost. We're not sure yet if that's really happening because he seems like he's hallucinating still. And here in issue 2, they're not really clear with that too, because he's still hallucinating. Here they picked up basically after that he's captured right after that by his fellow North people that he's fighting with. And here during that time we find out a little origin about Virgil, that he's basically adopted. He's adopted by some white people that took him in or whatever. And while he was adopted, by these white people, he became friends with some, who's telling the story basically to the nurse that helped him on issue 1. And basically after that, she comes into play at the end of the book. He basically broke free. These guys, Southern guys, basically the guys who fight for the South, basically help him out. Broke him. Like they start shooting, killing the Northern people that held him captured. And basically he ran away with them. My man Virgil ran away with the guys who helped him out. And from there, he starts hallucinating, bro. He starts going crazy. He starts seeing monsters and shit. And I don't really know. They had to be more clear with that. Whether they call him Two Moons. Basically, these monsters in his hallucination calls him Two Moons. But from what we know, his name is Virgil. I'm digging that they're giving them a backstory and how they digging more to that. I'm pretty sure later on. And then basically how it ends up is that these Southern guys, man, the guys who help them out, who help them escape. They basically go back and try to they threaten and try to kill the nurse that he's been talking to, that he helped out in issue 1, that helped him out, I should say, from issue 1. And then from there, my man Virgil helped her out and just let some horses loose. And this book was a decent read. It wasn't all that. Issue 1 was way better than issue 2. And let me see, what else am I missing? That's pretty much it. That's how it ends. That's how it ends. He helps out the nurse, and that's it, to be continued. So this book was a meh for me. I'll give my grade later. Well, I could give my grade now if you want. I'll give it later. So this book, I'm gonna stick with it with one more issue, because I like to stick with new books for the first 3 issues. Because I really dug the first issue. This second issue was cool that it gave him a backstory. I just wasn't digging the whole plot. I don't know. This could have been more to me, and the way they ended it was just too abruptly, and I wasn't digging that. I wasn't feeling that. So yeah, that's what we have, man, for Two Moons issue number 2. Shout out to John Arcudi. So moving on to Cult of Dracula, and we did read this, and this is a story done by Rich Davis, art done by my cousin Henry Martinez.
yeah, looks like cousin art.
Yeah. Hey, yo, coming up by Shaded Bear, and when Broski's talking about, he's gonna elaborate. Yo, Broski, what do you think about Cult of Dracula? Besides the cover being dope, but that.
The cover being dope, but the interior art is like drawn like by panels, no really detail. It's really dry, like as opposed to just looks like the guy needs a lot of work still. You can tell he's probably fresh because it was a source of Honey Press or whatever. So that's just a indie book. That's just indie company that's still on the rise.
Yeah.
The story was a little confusing. You had this girl, Minor Murray. She's a reporter trying to get investigation in a church that's been haunted by this demon. And lately, he's trying to get this high priest to get him into there, but he doesn't want nobody in there. There's still spirits lurking around. You got the guy was Abraham Van Helsing. So Van Helsing is a big name when it comes to Monster Hunter or whatever that stuff. So kind of like clicked on that automatically. You got her helper that records was a Jonathan Harker.
Camera guy. Oh, that's his name. I just kept. I didn't remember his name. I was just like, oh, the camera guy. But I got you.
He was trying to go and film, but he forgot something in the car. And when he got for something in the van, these group of people come up. One comes from underneath the goddamn van, and what the fuck?
yeah.
Ghost or something. But you'll get this other guy. That's I guess. Like his girlfriend or something.
I don't know who it is.
Dude, this book is weird, confusing. Like seriously, like I was watching an interview with McFarlane today. It's kind of old, I think, but like there is a true art to being able to tell a story in a comic just by the pictures, which is something that like Kirby was really good at doing, and not that many people since have. But like, if you don't even have to be like the best artist, which this person is, and it's not bad, but it's definitely, like Gomez says, it's very, very plain. But like you should be able to tell a story with the pictures without any words. Yes, the words fill in the plot. But like the words almost make this book to me like more confusing in a way. Like I understand what's going on, but at the same time, I don't understand what the hell's going on.
Yeah, right. What happened to the? I have a question. What happened to the detective? Where how it started? The black guy, right? He started walking inside the church because basically it's like a community. It's a small community, right?
Yeah. I think
it was like a massacre that happened in church. Basically, everybody got bitten or eaten and shit, whatever, and then like a cop walks through and like looking at bodies and stuff like that, investigating the scene, right?
So I think that's here comes like a clip, like you like a movie clip, but it's like a past. So then they go to the present. So that's
but they don't indicate that. But this is what Josh is saying. They don't indicate that, so that's where it gets confusing, So it's a little bit, hard to understand. I mean, not hard, but just lost. You feel lost.
It definitely feels. And I think we'll talk about this in a minute, or possibly with another book. It feels like there's pieces that are missing from a book, and from the book. And I've talked about this a couple times. Like, there's a difference between things being missing from a book, and it's supposed to be that way on purpose because they fill it in at the appropriate point down the line. And then there's books that are missing things because they either they know the story so well in their head, and they think that other people will understand that same story that they put on paper, but they're not seeing that they're not putting everything down in the book that is in their head, and it confuses people. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't think I'll be picking up the second issue of this because I don't really know what's going on. And the other thing is too that like, I thought they took a lot of elements out of here from like a lot of different things. Like there was a couple lines in here that were like snatched like right out of either movies or like other books. I'm trying to remember. There was two specific lines in here. I'll find them, but I don't know. It just seems like they're trying to chop up like a bunch of different things and kind of like different movies or books and kind of just smash them all together.
And then another thing on this part, this book too also ended kind of like abruptly, like okay, and like it's gonna end like that. Basically she started hallucinating when she was a little girl. She was walking through the church, right? Her Mina, what's the name again? Broski? Mina, right? So she walking through the church or whatever.
Mina Murray.
All right, so she's walking through church with her camera guy and the priest and stuff. So she's walking through whatever, and then she's having flashbacks because she's looking at like rooms and shit, and then she sees a crack and cracked door or whatever, and then she imagines she goes through a flashback. It look like so she's a little girl or whatever, and then through the cracked door she sees like a Dracula orgy or something that's going on or whatever. And then they take her out real quick and they jet. You know what I mean? So they jet, and then the camera guy, my man Peter Parker, what's his name? Jonathan Park?
Jonathan Harker.
he like stamps her out of it or whatever, and then it just basically ends like that, and like
it ends with it's kind of weird. I'll pick up issue 2 just because the B cover will be Shannon Mir, be something different, but I'll still give it a read just to see. I try not to go based on the art sometimes. Some of the read, but it's hard. It was a lot of hodgepodge, but. Yeah,
I just I was a little bit disappointing in this one because I got it, like,
when I flipped the page, I was like, man, this is gonna be a shitty read. When I saw the art,
I mean, guys, you know what? Sometimes the art don't even need to be dope because sometimes you enjoy the story. But this right here, it was just like the art wasn't all that, for me, and the story was you get lost. It wasn't. It was like I don't know, just wasn't.
Yeah, I think Pascal's right on the thing. He agreed with Josh, and I think he's right. They also try to feel like they were trying to push the book out as well. I think so. I think he was trying to rush it, because of the delay. Remember the delay when I was talking about it earlier? Could be a possibility. You also got a couple of super chats too as well up on top, Broski.
But Source Point, I got you, bro. I know. Source Point Press though, it's been, they've been dope too, man. They've been doing their thing. They've been having a couple other stories that's been, the indie scene is pretty dope, but at the same time, there's so many that some of them are hit or miss sometimes, you know what I mean? So the first super chat is a $5 super chat from Charm City Comics. What's going on, bro? He says, your boy Broski. I think he meant to say, Broski, what he meant to say.
Your boy Broski.
Your boy. All right, man. And then also we have my man Astro Wizard, Astro Wizard saying James is at a bunny ranch and hearing Gomez say Kazizu is well worth a super chat.
I'm hoping James at a bunny ranch, not at a comic shop for once.
Let Broski say
Broski, what is this?
It's Kazizu.
Huh? Yo,
no. Man, that turned out even better than I thought.
Kazizu.
Yo, the CA cover artist. Yo, man, just getting a bit tired of that video, man. Dope, man. Shout out, appreciate you guys all in the super chat, man. What else do we have? What is going on, Mojo? Yo, David Sicken in Mint. What's up? But yeah, man. So we're moving on, man. We're moving on to another book, man. And the next book is going to be, let's see, Shadecraft. Me, Josh read it. I don't think Broski read this one.
No, I didn't read this one.
You didn't read this one? This one was the story done by Joe Hernandez, art done by Lee Garbett and Antonio Fabella, one of the two. And then I picked the jock cover because I like the jock cover, but the A cover is fucking dope too. So yeah, Josh, let you start on this one, the Shakecraft, man. What you think of this one?
I thought it was okay. This is another one where I feel like it jumped around a lot, and like I feel like there's like pages. I swear to God, like on multiple times, like I would go to the next page and I'd be like, wait, what? And I'd go back and I'd like see if like pages were stuck together because I felt like some things were missing. But like what's here, it's okay. I mean, I'll definitely pick up issue 2. So it's about this girl named Zadie. And she's just walking home. I think she's kind of she has this older brother. What's his name? Ricky? Is that his name? Yeah. Who was in a car accident. And I guess he was like the most popular kid in school. She's younger, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's in a car accident, right? He's in a car,
yes.
Yeah, he's in a car accident, and he's in a coma. So now she's just kind of like known at school as
this is like a year later, right? Basically,
right. Yeah. Like the sister of the kid who's in the coma, like, and that's all she's really known by. So she's kind of like dorky a little bit, and she's just walking home with her
friend.
Yeah, named Josh.
Yeah,
she just, I don't know, kisses him, and then the next thing you know, like her shadow or other shadows are like following her down the street.
Yeah.
Like the artwork on this is kind of dope. And then she like goes to school the next day and tells one of her friends that.
And she starts bugging out. Basically, she tells everybody. I think like it's not like she don't keep it to herself that she saw that these shadows come to life and they attack her and this is she don't like because that I'll be bugging. I'll be like if I say that shit out loud, I'm gonna sound crazy. But she's the opposite. She says it out loud. She don't care basically. So she's telling her friends all this stuff, and they make a little bit of fun of her by her expressing how scared she is and stuff like that. But towards the ending, we figure out a little bit more about the shadows, right, Josh?
Yeah, and you know what's dope is I was thinking as I was reading this, I'm like, oh, wouldn't that be dope if like this was somehow her brother making all these shadows?
Yeah.
And it turns out that her brother, I think, is her shadow.
She thought it was her shadow.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? She thought it was her shadow, but it turns out to be her brother.
Yeah.
In the shadows, and I guess he's alive somehow, some way. Like I don't know, his energy or spirit or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So he's in a coma at home. I feel like it's got like a definitely like a something is killing the children vibe to it. But I'll pick up the next one. But I feel like they've got to kind of do a bit better job with the writing. They over-explained, I think, on parts that didn't need to be over-explained and under-explained on other things, and did a lot of like skipping around. So it was okay. It wasn't as good as I hoped it would be.
There you go. So yeah, man. I agree with you. I feel like it was a good read. It was better than Cold the Dracula, I tell you that. I'm not familiar with Joe Henderson writing, but I just think it was okay. It was okay. It was good. I'll stick with issue 2 to see what goes on with this, because I am interested to see what's going on about these shadow monsters that come to life that almost got her, and they did get her, but her brother, like she came to like she basically these shadows go away, when there's light around or whatever. So the shadow got at the end of the last panels, and last couple panels, one of the shadows got her. Looked like she was just basically gone, but she saved herself with, I guess, a cell phone or whatever.
Like the art when it comes to like the shadows and stuff is like it's really good.
Yeah, it is. It's good. Yeah. So, and then her brother at the end came out of the shadow and helped her out, basically. And so they started talking, and then that. So I'm interested to see how that carries on to be, and what goes on, and what more trouble that Zadie gets into with Josh.
Yeah, Josh. So much trouble when Josh is in.
So yeah, man. So there you go, man. That's the imagery, man. Last 2 books. First one before the last one is going to be this one here. Batman Catwoman issue number 4, guys. Issue number 4.
Real quick though.
What?
You know what? So you see right here how what's in. So this is Josh right here.
Yeah.
Or right there.
Right there. Yeah.
You know what he's carrying in that book bag?
Want some comics?
Some Hulk 181s.
Oh my god! Yeah. And if he's like you, yeah, they better be high grades. Eh? Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, man, Batman Catwoman issue number 4. Story done by Tom King, art and cover done by Clayman. And listen,
dope
cover. I know we talked about before with Batman the regular run. Jorge Jimenez and what's his name? Gillian March. Dude, but Clayman, kudos to him, because Clayman is another dope ass interior artist. It just so happens that Batman is killing it in DC with all these titles, even Nightwing too. So but yeah, man, this story basically this is a story right here, dude. If you read this, it's gonna take you from the present. Hold on. We got a 4th member. Kazi,
there
who?
He is.
What's up, James?
What's up, man?
So this right here, man, Batman and Catwoman issue number 4. Well, the whole series basically is like it takes you from the future to the past to the present.
Yeah,
like it's one of those type of comics. So basically, what it is that in this universe right here, Batman, Catwoman. In the future, Batman dies before Catwoman. They have a daughter, Helena Wayne. And that's her right there in the background. She becomes a superhero. And she's a detective, looks like later on and basically what it is that if you haven't been reading this, man, my man Catwoman basically kills Joker. They both old, right? Yeah, because Joker's old at this time. They're like retired and stuff like that. So she goes find Joker, and they're having a nice little dialogue. If you go back to, I think, to issue 2 or issue 3 of this that's where he dies. And the dialogue between them two is pretty fucking dope. Like somebody tries to get the one up on the next one, you know what I mean? And like she knows who Joker is, so it's like automatically Joker's trying to kill her and shoot her like whenever he gets a chance, and she's a step ahead of him, and she just claws him, and he just dies instantly. So basically, in this issue right here, her daughter goes investigate the murder and finds out it was Joker. It is Joker, but she's curious to find out about the past, basically. So comes to find out in the past. And they flash back to that, Batman and Catwoman weren't seen eye to eye at a certain time. That she was working with Joker, and they had some type of a relationship, which I think they're gonna get more into that in later issues or whatever. And in this issue, you get a couple of appearances too. You get Penguin. Who else you see? Victor Zsasz, if I'm not mistaken, like certain characters.
You get Phantasm in this.
Phantasm, yes, Phantasm is Yeah, Phantasm is doing her own investigation. Like she's looking for Catwoman in the future, basically. Well, Helena, she's Helena is basically trying to figure out what's going on with her mother in the past. Digging her past with the relationship she had with Joker and stuff. And Phantasm is just looking for Catwoman because it looks like Phantasm is trying to kill Catwoman. If I'm mistaken, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it looked like. But yeah, man, this is where it's at right now. They haven't met up. She hasn't caught up with Catwoman yet. Phantasm. And Helena Wayne is basically, like discovering her mother's past, Catwoman's past, and seems that Catwoman was never innocent, but she made a deal with the devil, which is Joker back in the day. So she's digging. I like how Tom King is writing this. I know Tom King get a lot of shit because of what he did with Batman, the main run of issue 50. What the issue 50 was the biggest downfall, right? Like not the biggest downfall, the biggest letdown. Because everybody expected that to be the something. But yeah, man. But I feel like he's redeeming himself a little bit and explaining himself more about the relationship between Batman and Catwoman with this. So I kind of dig it. I don't like stories when they go back and forth but too much. But this one right here is at a good pace to me. Like I understand it, and I'm digging it. I'm digging Tom King's work. He's a hit and miss. He's done good with Mr. Miracle. He's done good to me with some story arcs of Batman when he was doing Batman. And he's doing good here too. So kudos to Tom King on this one.
Is this a limited series?
Yes, it is.
Because like how far is it going? Because right now it's on book 4.
I think it's up to issue 6, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But
right.
Yeah, I think it's a mini series.
No, I just noticed it's a black label line. So that's one thing I didn't notice at the beginning when this first came out. And it's I'm so used to these big old magazine size black label deals, So it sounds like it's worth picking up.
It's a good read.
For a mini series by Tom King. Don't trust him with something super long an ongoing Batman series.
And it seems like I said before, with Batman going on, this is Batman. James Tynion is killing it right in Batman. Catwoman is a pretty good read. It started picking up again because Catwoman was okay in the beginning. Now it's getting better. Died out a little bit, and Nightwing is getting good. It seems like the Batman family, the Bat family is getting it's the only relevant thing on DC right now.
Yeah.
So kudos to them, man. But yeah, I give this one this was my favorite read out of the 5. My favorite read. Maybe the other guys think something different. Maybe they tend to think that the next book is their favorite read. Maybe Josh does.
I'll tell you, it's gonna get it only because I have to pick one of them.
Yeah, I got you. All right, and the last book that we're gonna review, and I'll let the rest of the guys review. It's gonna be hold on, let me see. Let me get this ready. It's gonna be Silk number 1. What is a story done by Maureen Gu?
Yeah, and she's brand new to comics.
Okay. It shows in this one.
Oh man, that sounds like an America situation. Remember the writer was new to the America title, and you haven't seen an actual America title since. You saw America Chavez came out, but not America. So it's kind of
Yeah, she's a novelist, but this is her first time on comics. They actually explain it in the back, and
she has a synopsis about her profile, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
So yeah, man, this is Silk number 1, story by, like I said, Maureen Gu, art done by Takashi 69. Done Takeshi Miyazawa.
You would have told everybody.
This is the guy that was on Ghost Spider.
And cover done by Stonehouse. The covers on these were dope, man. Covers on the Silk, I was impressed. on these covers, man. But yeah, man. Josh, you want to start off on this one? Because I don't know if Broski read this one. I don't think he
I
did.
did read it, but he can.
Oh, you did? Okay, mom. All right, good, Josh.
So it starts off with. Did everybody read it or just me and Gomez?
I read it.
Oh, okay.
Or you three?
Okay, so it starts off. So I've never read a Silk book to my recollection. So she's been in a bunker for 10 years.
Yeah,
Me neither. According to her, yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
she's been in a bunker 10 years doing I don't know what training. So she's I think just kind of hired by somebody to watch this department store because crooks are about to break in or something. And then she's given some fancy trench coat as a reward for.
Yeah, like she's into fashion and stuff like that. So they give her an outfit. They give her a dope ass outfit for that she likes.
So then it just it goes to the next morning. She lives with her brother. Not much to say about that. And then where does she go to work? She goes to work with
JJ.
Jonah Jameson. It's like, oh, Jesus. Like, can we do something like just a little bit original? Like, are we going to copy Spider-Man to the T? So she's not a photographer. She's a reporter.
Mm-hmm.
And so what is it? He's heading up the Threats and Menaces column, or I don't know.
Yeah, that's the name of the publishing thing, right? Yeah.
And where does it go to from there? She gets a tip from one of her colleagues at work about this gang that just got like murdered. And when they go to investigate it, like they find like fur at the crime scene. And then Silk ends up protecting. So she goes to the crime scene and she finds fur and I forget what else, claw marks, I think. And she ends up falling asleep at her desk, and instead of hitting like the send article to to the editor or whatever, she hits publish by mistake. So then, Jameson is down in the subway and he almost gets jumped by some guys who are saying, if you publish this story, if you don't take down the story, like, we're going to kill you, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So she realized she's down there watching him as Silk at this point and, beats them up or whatever. And then he's like, well, you should be my bodyguard. And, I kind of got like the impression in this that like Jameson, like, he kind of reminded me more of like Jim Gordon in a way in this book.
Well, physically, right? Not with dialogue.
Well, yes, physically, but even in his dialogue, like there are parts where he's like amped up, but he's much, much calmer.
A little bit mellow than Spidey. yeah, Sam.
And like understanding and things like that.
Yeah.
And he wants her to be his bodyguard, and she's like, no. And then she ends up pulling like a
what up, Thoro?
Like a Bluetooth piece out of one of their ears.
Yeah.
And then what does it go to next? It goes to
she researches basically the tech of that little Bluetooth piece.
Right. Yeah.
And then she comes to find out. I think she figures out it's somebody that she might know now, and they cue to that scene to where she lives, and that's basically where it ends. Honestly,
yeah. It's so the Bluetooth piece is from it's Fujinet Tech, and she looks up who that is. So the daughter of the founder of that company is this girl Saya Ishii.
Yeah,
so it jumps forward to Saya Ishii meeting with
like the fucking devil or some shit.
What the fuck this thing is, but it's
I got you. Hold on. I got you, bro. The fuck is that? Yeah, we don't know what that is, but that's she's having tea and crumpets.
Now maybe this thing has been in Marvel Comics before, and I'm just unaware of what that is, but I don't know what that is. Anyway.
Yeah, that was weird. But that's how it ended, basically,
I didn't expect this book to be good. I hope to God it was, because I finally want, something good for Silk. I think she has the potential to be a really dope character. It wasn't as good as I hoped it would be. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be either. There were parts in it that I thought were okay.
Mhm.
You know, it made cohesive sense, which is, I know that's kind of a cop out to kind of give it credit for making like I can read this story cover to cover and understand what's going on, but like
Yeah.
as he just showed like a couple comics ago, not all comics are like that.
No.
You know? So like there is that to be said about this book, at least.
Demon or a pig demon. Could be.
Hey,
What's up? Yeah, what you think, broski?
It was a good read. Like Josh said a lot of stuff about it. Basically, told the whole story of the comic. It's it's and then you got Nora Winter, which is a person that she works at this place she does works like almost like she said Peter Parker, a reporter, but he doesn't do reporting. He takes pictures and posts them freelances. So she does her own report. In the first day there, it's her first day at the job. So it's see where it takes us and what's going on. She does do, and by doing that side job, was it the robbery bust? She was able to get these two crooks. They thought they were brother and sister, but they were in a way. She ended up getting that free outfit that she sported, and that's when that's the kind of her and her brother conversating. But yeah, it was a good read. I'll pick up issue 2 to see where it goes. That's why I'm glad we read these books, because it makes us either want to pick it up or not, depending on the situation. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Hearing about this, hear what you guys are talking about. I haven't read Silk, but I haven't read anything of Silk, to be honest with you. And like I said earlier, like some a character like this suffers from that same kind of like fatigue that America gets. Same kind of thing where it's like the America Chavez, you put a brand new writer on this character, who doesn't have much experience in comic books or has hardly any, and give him this character, hoping that it's going to last, hopefully more than 10, 12 issues.
No, it's only a 5-issue run.
Is it 5? All right, well, there. So it won't last that long, but it's just one of those things where it's like, it suffers, a character suffers stuff like, you're just buying it just for the cover. And you're not really buying it for the story. And that's and that's okay. It's like people, a lot of people like buying like America Chavez like variants and such, or even Silk variants, and of course the covers are what draws those people in anyway, hoping that they're going to read it.
Yeah.
But at the end of it all, it's like, something like this ends up ending or gets canceled, and they shut it down until they feel like they can ramp it back up again.
Definitely, man. James, you haven't read none of these, right? None of the books?
2 Moons is the only thing I read.
2 Moons, okay.
Has anyone in the chat actually, because there's been quite a few Silk series, has any of them, like I said, I've never read them. Has any of them ever been like even decent before?
Not even sure.
Ask if anybody's read them, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They just been decent.
Well, we did read this one, and
well, then we're the ones, or you guys are the ones.
Yeah, and we're gonna give it a grade. We're gonna give it a grade, man. And we're gonna start off with Josh, man. What you grade this, bro?
5.
You give it a 5?
Yeah.
All right.
5 out of what?
Out of 10.
Yeah, CGC grade. A 5.0. I'm gonna go give it. I'm gonna give it a little bit more. I'm gonna give it a little more props. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Make it a 6.5.
Yeah.
Only reason why, because it didn't keep. It wasn't boring. It wasn't a boring read. Because it wasn't a boring. So I give it a little bit more than that. The art was good. Because some of these.
Thoro's right. Yeah, Thoro's right on that. Silk's never had a good writer. Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see with this one, But going back to this, man, 6.5. I think it was an okay read, reading from front to back. The art was dope. I enjoyed the art. I really liked the art on this one, and that's why I give it a 6.5. Broski, what do you give it?
I give it a 6.0. It was a good read, not a great read. Still needs a little work, and you want to pick it up and read it. It's up to you. If you want to pick up something new with Silk, like you said, and a good writer, see where this takes, because the writer, like Josh said, was art that wrote books. So we'll see what goes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, definitely, man. So the next book is gonna be a book that I only read, and this right here was my read. My favorite read out of the 5 books that we read. I give this one here. I give this one an 8.5. I give it an 8.5. I give it an 8.5. Just really I'm digging this Tom King story. I know Tom King, like I said before, has been getting shit for writing Batman and what he did with Batman and stuff like that. But this is something I feel like he's kind of redeeming himself with. Explaining a little bit more about certain things, and then the art too is just amazing. Clayman has been doing great art on this series. Digging it. So I suggest, man, if you're not gonna pick this up, man, read it on whenever it comes out in trade. I suggest that because I think it's gonna end in issue 6 if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though. So I give it an 8.5, man. So we're gonna move on to the next book, and it's gonna be Shadecraft. And Josh, what do you give this one?
6. Yeah, I mean, there were good parts to it. The ending, I thought, left you on a good place for issue 2. Again, it not that it jumped around a lot, but it just felt like there were pieces missing that should have been there. So 6. I'll give it a 6.
I give this one a 7. 7. Same thing. I'm not familiar with Joe Henderson's story. His writing, I'm not familiar with that, but like again, that the book kept me reading. You know what I mean? Some of these books on here where I kept it like a book that we're gonna talk about in a few. I read it and I was like, oh, damn, I really don't want to read no more. You know what I mean? Yeah, Shakecraft kept me wanting to read, and the art was good too. I enjoyed the interior art. These covers were dope too. So I give this one, like I said, a 7. I give it a 7 though.
It's a nice
yeah, hell yeah. So the next one was listen. All right. Cover, dope. Story, honestly speaking, I'm gonna give this a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3. I thought the story was, like I said, you get a little lost in there. The placing, they need to do a better job at writing and make you the interior art. I don't really enjoy. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. But man, these covers are pretty to look at. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's probably what draws you in. It's just the fact that it's such a nice cover. It draws you in and be like, oh, Shannon Mayer. You pick it up and then you start reading and be like, all right, it's not even worth it.
Yeah. So you know what? At the same time, I'm gonna read one more issue. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna read one more issue and see what's up. Just because I started it. You know what I mean? So I might as well, kind of go with it. So Josh, what do you say?
I'm gonna give it a 1. Because look, like, you could still have a bad story and I'll give it a higher grade. I just may not like it, but if you can't tell a cohesive story, I'm sorry, it's bad to me and it aggravates me. So I'm going to give it a 1, and I'm probably not picking up issue 2 unless I'm like forced to read it for this show. That's I'm going to read it.
Yo, let me know in the chat. You want me to force Josh to read it?
Josh sounded offended. He's like, damn, screw this book. Screw this book.
A 3 and a 1. So we're not really too. Man. All right, next book, man. I know my man James read this book. I've talked about it. I'm gonna give you my grade before I let James give you his grade and his little thoughts of the book. I'm gonna give this book here. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because, like I said, I do. I enjoyed the backstory on this a little bit about my man Virgil a little bit. But just like I said, it just ended like so abruptly, and I wasn't enjoying that part. Art was good. Interior arts was dope. This cover right here, like keep saying, man, Michael Jackson, baby. So I give this one here a 7.5. What about you, Josh? James.
Yeah, you call me Josh too.
Kazizu.
Kazi who? No.
Kazi.
Hey, I read both of these today, actually, just to catch up real quick.
Yeah.
All right. I'm with you on this. This is 7.5, and like the art's good. You got a lot. Here's the thing: is like this title's got a lot of professional creators on there, like John Arcudi. You got Cameron Stewart. Hell, Mike Heisler. I mean, letter of Mike Heisler from Cyberforce and Wildcats back in the day. Man, I was kind of surprised by that. So I was wondering where that guy was hiding. But the art's good. The storytelling is a little choppy. And yeah, I'm with you on that. And the way it ended right there, I was like, I was like, all right, turning pages. It doesn't hurt to put a to be continued or a next up or something at the end of it. Don't make it just end with his face. I mean, it's a little jarbled, but I'll pick up the third issue, see where it goes.
Yeah.
So 7.5.
7.5. There you go, man. I got you. Listen, man. Let me just stop sharing this shit. I want to say my honorable mention. My honorable mention is gonna be Shadow Doctor issue number 2. If you've been watching the Indie Spotlight with Thoro and me in there, we've been talking about that book. And dude, issue 1, it's basically what it is Prohibition times. I think it's the 20s in America, and I think it takes place in Chicago. And it's a black guy that wants to be a doctor, and he becomes friends with Al Capone. Out of everybody, it's based on a true story too, from what I've been hearing. And it's pretty dope. On this in issue 2, basically, my man wants to open up his own clinic, his own like a doctor's office, so he can treat people and start his own business, stuff like that. Yeah, basically. And Capone's like, I am not lending you the money. I'll give you the money, but I'll lend it, because if I lend you the money, I expect it back, and if you don't pay up, I'll kill you, basically. So it shows, and in this issue, it shows you a tender side, a little bit of Al Capone, a little bit. It shows you his little game with girls, a little bit with Capone. So I enjoyed this story because it shows the relationship that the main character has with Al Capone, and I enjoyed it. I like the way it ended too. Gangster shit has been happening, so I definitely do recommend reading Shadow Doctor. That's a good read, man. I should have put that one up for everybody to read here. So maybe I would enjoy that. I don't forgot who it was by. If Thoro's in the chat, he could write it in the chat. But yeah, man, I definitely enjoyed Shadow Doctor. Check it out, man. And I think you talking about who published it. The fuck is it? You know what? Give me a second.
Is it an indie book?
Yes, it is an indie book. I'll tell you who.
I can peep around for it.
Hang on, because I think there's there's too many. I was gonna say there's one on FOC next week, but no, that's Shadow Man and here Shadow Doctor. Right
Aftershock.
Mark.
Okay.
Or Peter Calloway.
Aftershock. Peter Calloway's the writer. Yes. And George's Genty is the artist. So yeah, there you go, man. Recommend my honorable mention. You have honorable mention, Joe, on Josh?
Nope.
I
didn't read anything else. I mean, not for this week anyway.
Yeah.
Next week should be a really good week though. Like a really good week. You've got King in Black 5, Venom, ASM, whatever. You got Batman,
I'm looking forward to that.
The next Batman, his finally his own true book. What else? There's a couple other ones next week. So next week will be a big week.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk backstage and see if we could pick one book for everybody, and everybody maybe we do just 4 books. If I pick one, you pick one, James pick one, and go.
We'll talk.
So yeah, man, that's our show, man. Let's get out of here. Let's say our goodbyes. Start off with James.
Just got here, man. Just thanks for having me on. It's time to go. The street lights are on. No, hey, no, it was cool, man. It was a good time. Sorry, I couldn't get here earlier. Work, tells me that when you got to work, you got to work. So, by the way, I just posted my latest haul video on my channel. So check out King of Golden State on YouTube and see what I picked up. That's about it.
Definitely, man. Broski.
Yeah, just gonna be part of this. Reading what I can. I do try to drop videos too, but just check out East Beast West, CBSI, and New York Warriors. Everybody, Pressable Defects. That's it. They got TiVo on right now. TiVo's on right now doing his little thing. So yeah, let's check him out right now. He's live. But yeah, gonna be on to check that shit out. Anyone ready built? Nah,
I gotta check that out.
Sorry, man.
Appreciate you, broski. Boy. Josh.
No, I don't have anything really much to say. Just check out FOC tomorrow at 8, and Tales from the Flip Side tomorrow at 11 p.m. for the Hot 10, and East Meets West, us again on Sunday for Cover Tunes, and Tuesday at around noon for New Comic Book Day with the Pressable Defects, Tuesday night at 10 with Thoro, for Indie Spotlight, and then us again on Thursday for a new comic book day and Cover Fire again by Mike Morello. Other than that, everybody have a good week or a good maybe long weekend for some. Happy Easter.
Yes.
To those that celebrate Easter, happy Good Friday tomorrow.
Yes, man. And talking about tomorrow, we're not doing a show on Sunday, guys.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So we are doing an impromptu, baby, of East Meets West live podcast show, guys. It's going to be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, guys. 9 p.m. Eastern. You're on the West Coast. That'll be 6 p.m. West Coast time, Pacific time. And then if you're in Hawaii, that's even more, more backed up.
Figure it out.
Yeah, that'll be 3 in the morning. 3 in the afternoon. But you want to know something? Talking about Hawaii, my man Doom is gonna be there. James is gonna be there. Josh will be there. Broski won't be there because he's doing a couple things. But listen, we got backup for Broski. We got the Bigs coming through as our guest. We got amazing Murfinator coming through all the way from Boston, and then we got my man Otto. Man, Otto should be our guest tomorrow too. So stay tuned for that, man. We got some dope covers of the week. I think what we did for covers. Oh, we're doing Falcon and Winter Soldier. Talking about that, guys. Make sure you check out my man Mike Morello. His cover tunes is gonna be Falcon and the Winter Soldier 2. Dope article, dope covers that he showed off and talked about there in CBSI.com, guys. So yeah, man. Again, shout out to my man Mike Morello for letting us do the cover fire for today, man. Awesome covers over there in comicbookinvest.com. Check it out, man. And then yeah, man, tomorrow we have our CBSI FOC. It's gonna be dope. We got some dope books that I've seen already that Josh put up on the list. Stay tuned for that. 8 p.m. Eastern, guys. So 8 p.m. You man. You get a double header, baby, of East Meets West. So you got CBSI Friday FOC with East Meets West, and then right after that, come chill with us, man, on our live podcast, man. Kick it, chill with us. We show some covers, like I said, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and some Respected but Not Collected. We're doing a segment of that. My man Doom brought up a nice artist that we'll talk about. We'll mention that tomorrow. And dude, at the same time tomorrow, my man Biggs is gonna make a nice big announcement for his channel, what he's gonna be doing. So stay tuned for that. I'll let him announce it, and let him do his thing.
Are we going to talk Falcon and Winter Soldier tomorrow too? We're going to talk Godzilla versus Kong?
Yes, all that
We're
stuff.
talking everything. We're talking all of it.
Invincible, if you want to talk about whatever. Listen, you want to talk about your day? We could talk about your day, Josh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Nick, I will do a free giveaway to the person who finds the first Jesus in comics. If you could prove it. Prove it to me, though.
Oh, man. When he said Joker, East Meets West, King needs to take me to those dollar bins. Listen, I'm going to tell you one thing, Big Remo. He's never gonna take you to those. Never. Oh man, but other than that, man, I want to say have a good night, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. Happy Easter, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, make sure you come back. All right? Make sure you come back. And I hope you enjoyed Cover Fire from my man Mike Morello. Other than that, man, I hope you enjoyed our new Comic Day review too. I want to say good night, man. So later, peace.